Hi students, this is Mr. Yang. Today we're going to talk about 3.2. We will learn more key features of functions. Today we're going to focus on increasing, decreasing, positive, and negative. First, let's look at some vocabulary and their definitions. Increasing is E, it means the y value are getting larger or going up. Here's the important thing. Follow the graph from left to right. Decreasing is when the y values are getting smaller or going down. Same thing, follow the graph left to right. So that means even though we have two different directions of going up, but it's this one because we need to read our graph from left to right. So this is what increasing looks like, and that is what decreasing looks like. Constant, the y value don't change. There's no this part, the y value don't change. Because it's not going up or down, it's just going to be a straight flat line if it's constant. Next, positive or negative. The graph is above the x-axis, so when the y values are positive. Negative is when the graph is below the x-axis, or in other words, when the y values are negative. Here are a few important key points. When we are deciding on these key features, we do need to understand that these are sections on the graph, which is why the answers will be an interval. It's not going to be a point. Last lesson, we have emphasized on the maximum, the minimum, the x or y-intercept. These are all going to be points. However, today's lesson, we're emphasizing all of these things we just talked about, we just defined, they are going to be intervals. Even though the definition all mention the word y values, we are reading the graph from left to right. That is the most important thing, which means you shouldn't see any y numbers in any of these intervals. Sometimes it's super tempting because you just see the number next to the line from a y-axis, but it's not. All the intervals we're going to write is going to be about our x. Because many endpoints are also the beginning point for the next section, we're using parentheses when we write these intervals. Because for example, if you have that, it's increasing at here, then that point is like the end of increasing, but it's also the beginning of decreasing. So it's kind of confusing when we included both. That's why we just don't include it at all. So we use parentheses when we write these intervals. Now let's have a look. Example 1. Here's something I would like to draw first. Let's draw a little stick figure. And during class, we have mentioned, because this little stick figure is always going from this side of walking to the right, left to right, so we're going to call it our friend One Direction. To just help us remember. We always need the help from our friend when we try to write these intervals. So again, our friend is only walking on the x-axis. So there's no number that he can see that's above him or below him. He can only see these numbers, like -4, -2, 0. He can only see these numbers on the x-axis. So when he first started walking, he would just be looking up. Let's just say we have a roller coaster that he can see. He can at least see if it's above him or below him, or if the roller coaster is going up or going down. And even when it's below him, he can still see it's going up. It's coming closer up to the ground. So he can still tell. Increasing is when it's going up. Decreasing is when it's going down. Positive is when it's above the ground that he's walking. Negative is when it's below the ground that he's walking. So increasing let's see. At first, when he started walking, you can see, oh, all the way up there, I have part of the graph. So my roller coaster is actually above me since the very beginning. Our One Direction friend is always walking from -infinity to positive infinity. That's always how he walks. So when at first he saw, oh, I have things that's above me, that is going to start from -infinity. He sees everything still above him, still above him, and even when he's here, that's still above. Even when it's here, again, he's just walking on the ground. And we have said this exponential graph never touches the x-axis. It's almost going flat, but it's still going down, but it never touches the x-axis. So even when he's like here, he's still seeing everything that's above the ground. So in that case, when he walked from -infinity to positive infinity, everything is above the ground, so they're all positive. And then you can see since everything is positive, there's no part that is negative. Next, let's take the walk again. Still our little friend walking from negative infinity. You can see ever since he started walking, the roller coaster is starting to come close to him, come close to him. So it's always decreasing ever since he started walking from negative infinity. When he's here, it's still going down. When he's here, it's still going down. When he's here, it's still going down. So that means it's going to be from negative infinity to positive infinity for decreasing, because it's always going down. So that means there's no part that is increasing. So this one, our little friend didn't help too much because there's not much going on. So number 2, again, our friend is right here, and ever since One Direction started walking, you can see, oh, okay, this is coming down. It's still going down. Even when it's here, it's going down. When it's here, it's still going down. So ever since he started walking from negative infinity, it is going down, which means it's decreasing. And even when he's here, it's still going down, getting further away from it in that case. So it's going to infinity. Since everything is decreasing, then that means there's nothing that is increasing. Next, let's look at the positive. Positive is when it's above the ground. Our friend is walking again. Oh, he can see everything is above the ground. It's above the ground right there. And he's here, he can still see everything is above the ground until right here at -2. Well, things start going underground. My roller coaster is going underground. So ever since he started walking from negative infinity until he got to this -2, everything is above the ground. But starting from -2, when he's here, it's below the ground. When he's here, it's below the ground. When he's here, it's still below the ground, all the way to negative infinity. To infinity. So start from -2 to infinity. Everything is below the ground, so they are negative. And number 3. He started walking here again. Our graph is like all the way on the left. So ever since he started walking from negative infinity, you can see, oh, everything is coming down to me, So when he's here, it is still going down to me. And when he is here, it's still going down from there until he got to right here. You can see, oh, this whole thing actually stopped going down. So going down is decreasing. That means decreasing started from negative infinity. And then when he is right here, again, he can only see the numbers on this x-axis. He cannot see where that point is. He just knows it's below him. So the number that he can see, which is on the x-axis, is actually right here at 0. So the decreasing actually stopped at 0. Then you can see, oh, it's coming up. And he's here, it's coming up. It's still going up. In that case, increasing started from 0. And as he walked to the right, it's always increasing, so it goes to infinity. Next, positive, which means any part that is above the ground. So when he first started walking, oh, it's above, he need to look up. Still above, he need to look up. And again, he's like very, quite small compared to the roller coaster, so he still needs to look up. Still looking up. So ever since he started walking negative infinity until he got to this point, you can see, oh, everything is actually starting to go underground. So at that point, which is -2, that's where it started to go underground. Then as he keep walking, that's underground, still underground. So all of that is underground until he got to right here to this point, which is at 2. So the negative portion that's below the ground started from -2 to 2. Then from there on, it starts to come back up to the ground again as he keep walking to the right. So that means positive also start again from 2 to infinity. We use a union symbol because we want both points. So that is number 3. Next, number 4. Our little friend is walking here one direction from negative infinity to positive infinity. And you can see the graph, you can see everything. He doesn't see anything that's going up or down. That means there's no increasing or decreasing. And as he walks, you can see, oh, that's above me. He's here, that's still above me. He's here, that is still above me. Anywhere he walks, it's just always above him. So that means it's going to be from negative infinity to positive infinity for all the positive, because it's always above the ground. But there's nothing that is below the ground, so no negative. Next, number 5. Our friend is walking from here again, one direction, from negative infinity, walking towards positive infinity. At first, when he started walking, he can see, oh, all those things, all the graph, everything is below me. Everything is below me. Perfect. Below me, still below me, until he got to right here. That's where the roller coaster started coming up. Again, he's just looking to see if anything is above him or below him for the positive and negative. He's not caring about how the roller coaster is going. So everything is below him ever since he started walking from negative infinity until he hit this point, which is around 1.7. And then everything started going up. And this time they are going above him. That means positive started from 1.7 going all the way to infinity as he keeps walking to the right. Now let's see about increasing and decreasing. So ever since he started walking, he can see this thing. Oh, it's coming close to me, it's coming close to me, it's coming close to me, coming close to me. And it still keeps getting closer until it hits around right here. So ever since he started walking, it's going up, even though it's still below him, but he can still see it's coming up to him. So it's from negative infinity. And I know it's very tempting to look at this number next to the y-axis. However, again, he can only read anything on the ground. He can't quite see further away. He can only see the things are moving that's coming up to him, but he can't read the number about where they are below him. So again, the number he can read is right here, which is at 0.1. So that part is increasing. Then he kept on walking. Then he can see, oh, these things are like getting further away from it's going down. So in that case, from 0.1 until this point, they stopped going down. So it's until, again, he can only read this number right here, which is at 1. That's the decreasing part. Then starting from there, he can see it's coming up again and keep on going up, keep on going up. So starting from 1 to infinity as he keep walking to the right, they're all going to be increasing. And we use a union symbol to connect. So that is everything for number 5. Please try to use the help from our friend at One Direction. Hopefully it's going to help clarify things. So number 6. This time, when he first started walking, well, he didn't see any roller coaster. Nothing is built until he is right here. He see, oh, that's where the roller coaster actually started. And as he keep walking to the right, he started seeing from this point, everything is above the ground. So that means positive start from 0. And as he keep walking to the right, it's to infinity. That's positive. There's nothing that's below the ground, so there's no negative. And also, ever since he started walking, he started seeing the roller coaster right there. You can see the whole thing is going up, going up, going up. So the whole thing is increasing from 0 to infinity, but there is nothing that is decreasing. So that is about increasing, decreasing, positive, and negative with the help of our little friend One Direction. Hopefully that helps. That is everything for 3.2b. Thank you.